Now, I'm myself, Dr. Humaira. I'm from JT Arts, Science and Commerce College, Malegaon, Nasik. My title is Aschelminthes. The Aschelminthes is the one of the phylum of invertebrate animals. The Aschelminthes, this phylum itself is proposed by the Groban in 1910. It has been derived from two Greek words. Iskos means cavity and helmin means worms. The Aschelminthes include several classes like Rotifera, Gastrotrachea, Nematophora and Nematoda. This is concerned only the class Nematoda, which is regarded as the phylum. The Nematoda are commonly called pinworm or roundworm. They are bilaterally symmetrical. The body is cylindrical with a smooth surface. They have wide distribution and found at almost every habitat, but their anatomy is similar. The free living nematodes are found in sea, freshwater, or in the soil. In all types of environment, they are present in enormous number. They are only parasite nematodes found in all groups of plants and animals, particularly in insects and vertebrates. The main characteristic of the phylum Aschelminthes is nothing but they have no head. No distinct head is found in their body. Their body is made with cellular epidermis, externally covered with cuticle. Muscles are only present in longitudinal form. They have no cilia, that means no locomotory organ is present. The excretory system is also not consist of phloem cells, only present of single external pore is there, by the help of which the elimination of excretory products takes place. The digestive tract is complete. It starts with the mouth and ends with the anus. Circulatory and respiratory systems are absent. Body cavity is pseudocoelomate, that means the cavity is incomplete and not lined by mesoderm. They are dioecious animal, that means male and female sex organs are separate by the help of some characteristics which are known as sexual dimorphism. In them, the male organs open into the cloaca, but female organs open by a gonopore. About 12,000 species of roundworms are known. More than 50 species are known to infect human beings, but only about a dozen species are important human parasites. They are living inside the body of the organism known as endoparasites. Now, the classification of the phylum Aschelminthes is nothing but the its class Nematoda. The nematoda animals are roundworms found in every ecological niche. They are aquatic, terrestrial, parasitic on decaying organic matters, plants, or animals. They occur in the soil to a depth of near about 8 meters. They are extremely abundant in agricultural soil. They are very adaptable, adjust themselves at any environmental condition. Their body is cylindrical and covered with elastic cuticle made of protein. Cilia are entirely absent. Epidermis is thin, but it forms four longitudinal cords. Alimentary canal is straight with ectodermal fore and hindgut and endodermal midgut without any muscles or glands is present. The space between body wall and alimentary canal is pseudocoel having highly vacuolated cells. The vacuoles join together to form perivisceral pseudocoel. Sexes are generally separate. Gonads are tubular and continuous with their ducts. Female reproductive organs are usually paired and open by vulva, but male reproductive organs are single and open only into cloaca. In the case of the cleavage, its cleavage is determinate. The classification of class Nematoda is adopted from Hyman LH in 1951. Nematodes have been divided into 70 orders, of which 7 are mostly free living, 2 are free living or parasitic, and 8 are parasites of animals. The examples of Axhelminths are Ascaris lumbricoides, Ucheria bancrofti. Here, the examples of two animals are here. Ascaris lumbricoides. It is itself has elongated cylindrical body. No segments is there. The anterior part is nothing but the head region. Its apical portion consists of triradiate mouth in which three spine-like structures are arises bounded by lips. Below it, presence of excretory pore is there by the help of which excretion takes place. In the middle of the body, internal or lateral line is present. In the case of the female animal, the body is straight, while in the male animal, the body is coiled. In the middle portion of the female animal, presence of an opening is there, which is nothing but the female gonopore or vulva. While in case of the male animal, the genital opening is present in the cloacal region. So, in such a way, the example of Axhelminths is present in the form of the Ascaris lumbricoides. The second animal is nothing but the Ucheria bancrofti. Its body is also elongated, cylindrical, unsegmented. Externally, body is covered with the cuticle. Internally, no pseudocoelom is present. The anterior part of the body consists of a apical covering, which is nothing but the cuticle body sheet covered whole part of the body. In the anterior part, presence of an opening is there, which is nothing but the oral stylet. In between the bodies, presence of a ring of narrow fibers are there, which is nothing but the narrow rings. In the middle portion, presence of an opening is there, which is nothing but the nephridiophore. The nephridiophore internally connect with a bulb-like structure which is called bladder. In the body, renate cells are also present. Subcuticular cells are also seen. Somatic cells are also occur, and interior mass of the muscle cells is also present. The last segment of the body is nothing but the elongated part which is called tail. At the and some distance from the anterior part, presence of an opening is there which is nothing but the anus. So the example of the Axhelminths is here present in two forms. One organism is Ascaris lumbricoides, another one is Wuchereria bancrofti. Now we will study about the economic importance of class Nematoda. As you know, aschelminthes are pseudocoelomate, bodies unsegmented and worm-like. They are free-living or parasites. This is the only smallest group of invertebrates, commonly known as nematodes. These are very important in the economic and medical point of view because they affect the economy and health of man in various ways. Most of them are parasites living in man and other organisms. They cause diseases in man, domestic animals, and plants. They cause little or extensive damage in host. About 50 species of roundworm live as human parasites. Most of them do not require intermediate hosts. The infection is directly by contamination through water, air, and food. Some aschelminthes live as parasites in cattle, sheep, poultry, and in various vertebrates. The roundworms also live as parasites in various crops and plants. The parasites of aschelminthes can be classified into human parasites, plant parasites, and parasites of domestic animals. Now we will study one by one. First of all, human parasites. These nematodes live inside the body of man, causing dullness, illness, or even death. The most common human Helminth's parasite are Ascaris lumbricoides, Ankylostomata duodenale, Wuchereria bancrofti. First of all, Ascaris lumbricoides. It is commonly called as roundworm. It is endoparasite living in the intestine of man. It is more common in children than in adults. The male worm is smaller than female. The infection by its infection is by contamination through food and water. It causes disease known as ascariasis. The second human parasite is Ankylostoma duodenale. It is commonly known as hookworm. Its adult lives in the intestine of man, suck the blood, lymph, bits of mucous membrane, and tissue fluids. Its juveniles enter into the man through the skin from the contaminated food. The next example of Aschelminths, which is present in the human as a parasite, is nothing but the Wuchereria bancrofti. It is commonly known as filarial worm. It is diagenic parasite. Man is its primary host and Culex mosquito is the secondary host. It lives in the lymph nodes and lymph vessels of man. It is viviparous. It causes a serious disease in man called elephantiasis, by the help of which the blocking of the lymph vessels and glands takes place, and the disease is called elephantiasis, in which the blockage area of the body of the animal becomes the leg of or looks like the leg of elephant. Hence it is known as elephantiasis. The next example is Drancuculus medinensis. It is commonly known as guinea worm. It is an endoparasite living in the subcutaneous tissues. It is diagenic parasite because it completes its life cycle in two hosts. Its primary host is man and intermediate host is cyclops. It produces blisters on the skin. The next example is Enterobius vermicularia. Enterobius vermicularia, commonly known as pinworm, lives in the cecum. The worm is slender in form. It is monogenic parasite, that means life cycle completed only one host. It causes severe itching in the perineal region. The next example of human parasite is nothing but the Trichocephalus trichiuria. It is commonly known as whipworm. It occurs in the cecum and large intestine of man. It causes damage to the epithelial cells and blood vessels. It is also a monogenic parasite. Severe infection causes anemia and abdominal pain. So these are about the human parasites of phylum Exhelminths. As you know, the Exhelminths also acts as a plant parasites. So these plant parasites are also known as phytoparasites. They usually feed on the plant juice. They cause injuries in plant tissues. The plant nematodes are of two. Number one, Tylenchus anguillula. It is nematode parasite. It lives in wheat plant. It causes galls and wheat plants. Its juveniles live in the stem of wheat plants and suck the plant juice. The next plant parasite is nothing but the Heterodera marioni. It is also a plant parasitic nematode, commonly called sugar beet eelworm. It attacks the roots of bean, pea, cabbage, cotton, etc. and feeds on the tissues, causes heavy damage to the crops. It also causes damage to the roots of potato plants. Now, the next parasite of the Aschelminths is nothing but the parasite living on domestic animals. These are the nematodes which infect domestic animals like fowls and dogs. The most important parasites are Heterechis, Janili, and Toxocara canis. The Heterechis janili is living in the ceca of domestic fowls. Males are smaller than females. It carries a protozoan which causes disease known as black head. The next domestic animal parasite of Exhelminths is nothing but the Toxocara canis. Its larvae enter into the pregnant female dog, migrate through placenta, and finally reach the young ones. The larvae usually infect the children and live in the liver. It causes damage to the liver. Sometimes it is fatal to the host. So, in such a way, three types of the parasites are seen present in the domestic. Two types of parasites are present in the domestic animals. Two types of parasites example is here in in the plants. and 7 human parasites are studied by us in the phylum Helminths. So I am very much thankful to you for listening me. Thank you very very much.